this is Mad Hatter, and I'm here to show you this zero-tick cactus farm that's been built using a mechanic discovered by Nex or Navy Nexus. This mechanic uses falling sand and interaction between multiple falling sand blocks to cause a cactus to force an update. This is commonly called zero-tick or many other things, but it forces cactus to grow much faster than it should. This farm produces substantially more than what a hopper can handle, so you'll need multiple hoppers for item collection. I haven't really done a rate test on it because really I don't know why you would need this much cactus, honestly, but it was kind of a fun puzzle, so I thought I'd share with you how to build a relatively small, efficient cactus farm such as this. Okay, the first thing that we're going to need is an 11 by 13 build area. So it's 11 across the back and 13 across the front. And to start with, we're going to count into the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the middle here. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to dig a trench back to the center, or back 6 blocks this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then place a water stream. This is going to bring the items out to the front. It's not, this is not going to have any hoppers in it. I'm just going to shift the items to the front of the farm, and that will take care of that. So now the next thing is we need normal pistons, and we're going to build a grid. So this is where the items will fall. So I'm going to place one piston facing up, here, 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 and then we're going to place so that we have a grid that is 4 by 4, or 16 pistons total. The next thing that we're going to do is place redstone dust between each of these, and then repeaters like this. So this is going to be for when the farm turns off, and this is going to be where our sand columns are at. If you don't have the pistons down here, what's going to happen is sometimes, very rarely, the sand will collapse. If you notice, I have chunk aligned this. This is a chunk texture viewing pack. You can calculate chunks many ways. The pack is the easiest way for me to show you where it's in a chunk. If you have chunk borders going through these pistons, it will break, mainly because they're all going to be going in different directions, and there's one direction that when you're crossing chunk borders, things fall apart. Not sure which one it is off the top of my head, but one of the directions things just kind of fall apart. So now that we have this placed, the next step is to place observers and torches for our zero-ticking pistons. We're going to start by placing an observer there, torch, and then we're going to go either left or right. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to choose to go left, and we're going to keep going left whenever we place this. So it's an observer with a torch on his back, an observer with and then an observer facing that to the left, observer with his torch on its back, and it goes around like this. So you have this check mark. Now you need to have your check marks always go the same direction, so I said I was going to go left, so I'm going to go left, and then observer, torch, observer, torch, observer, torch. Now, same thing here. Okay, and the last one. So the reason that it's like this is because pistons take 2 ticks effectively to activate appropriately. So this is actually causing the pistons to update in a different order. And the reason it's like that is because I found if you have the 0 ticking happen at exactly the same time, the pistons will clash, and that causes some issues. So now at the back of the farm, we're going to go to the right, and we're going to place with glass. We're going to not that way, this way. And I forgot a torch here. We're going to place from this torch. We're going to place redstone that way. We're going to do that for each side of this farm, so except for the back side. And then here, I place a repeater, and we need to break one of these redstone dusts and place the repeater. So now we're going to do the same thing again. Glass, and I did miss another torch. Dust, repeater, dust, dust. So these have to be glass, so they don't interact with the pistons. If you put a solid block there, it'll interact with the pistons. Next step we're going to do is place solid blocks on each of these torches. Okay, now that's our solid blocks. The next step is, you can see if I go up top, there's these observers kind of in a diamond shape here. So it goes like that. We're going to fill in that diamond. So I'm going to place this block there, block there, block there, and a block there. So that fills in so that we have a diamond shape here. That's going to be important for the next steps, but we'll get there in a second. Next step we're going to do is place a repeater underneath this torch, and place a repeater there, and then we're going to connect these with dust, and for now we're just going to temporarily power that so these pistons can stay. As you can see, now it's a kind of a full grid. Next step is we're going to place sticky pistons. These have to be sticky pistons against the side of these blocks so that it shoves the sand in a direction like this. Oops. So now we have these 4 in a circle, and then we're going to place one here facing back in, one here facing back in, one here facing back in, and one here facing back in. Now the next step is we're going to place one here facing in and one here facing in. So if you look at this corner, now all of the sand blocks are pushed onto either an observer or one of those temporary, or those solid blocks that we placed. Those have to be solid blocks as well. If they're not solid blocks, the sand will fall through. So like that. And then this one like that, like that. And this one first. Oh. This one, this one, and now we should have no blocks in the middle that aren't covered. At this point, we are nearly done. We have to place sand blocks on top of each of the piston heads. And if you notice now, it'll be back to that same pattern, 4x4, we had before. So piston head, and you can put 2 pieces of sand on top of these piston heads right away. That is up to you. Now fill in the top part of this so it wraps all the way around.
And these also have to be solid blocks. If they're not solid blocks, the sand will again fall through and through.
Okay. Now, every block so far has had to either be solid or transparent. Like these ones had to be transparent, and these ones had to be solid. At this point, you can now choose whatever type of block you want. So this one, we're going to run a tray around the outside, and that will keep the water in. Now, the water goes in the 4 corners, and it'll flow right up to the edge there. Oh, we missed a single block, and that will break everything for the water distribution anyway. Now, all of the water flows directly to the center. We can place our cactus. And then above the cactus, you place either a single pane or a single iron bar in the middle, and this will cause the cactus to break. You can also choose to fill in this entire grid area above the water with iron bars. I believe it does improve the rates just a tiny bit. That one will pop off. Okay. Now, you need to make sure a rail is, or a iron bar or a glass pane is next to each set of cactuses, 1 layer above. This will actually harvest your cactus automatically. I'll show you how. Like, if I put it there and I place a bar, it'll automatically pop the cactus off. So now, this is a normal cactus farm on top. If you just leave it running, this is how we used to do it. It would be super old school. You don't have any redstone. Now, to make it a 0-tick farm, first we're going to break this, and then we're going to get some comparators, and we'll place 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is to make startup more reliable. So if you don't have if you don't have 6 comparators, when the farm starts, these pistons will be already down like they are right now. And if the pistons are down, there's a small chance that the sand will fall as it's starting. After it starts, it seems to be reliable, but the falling is not, it breaks the farm, you have to fix it. We don't want that. Now it's time for the pressure plate unlock. One of these blocks, doesn't matter which one, needs to be a solid block. So I'm going to replace this one. Now place a stone pressure plate on top of that, and we're going to remove this because I placed it on the wrong side. We're going to place a solid block above this repeater, a glass block here, and a glass block there, and a glass block there. We're going to put redstone dust here. We're going to put a repeater here. Sorry. And then over top of these two pieces of dust, we're going to put solid blocks, and then we're going to place 2 redstone dust here after we place these 2 blocks. That's to keep these 2 circuits from connecting. The next step is here. We're going to place redstone dust down, and then so on this corner next to the repeater, the edge, we're going to place 2 blocks up and a redstone dust, a block down here, a repeater, a block up here, a redstone dust, and then a torch here. And then we're going to take and run this line straight to the faceless observer and connect it up. So now this is our clock that will do the control the farm to 0 ticket. This is our turn on circuit that will keep these pistons extended so that the sand can't fall until we are ready to 0 tick everything. And this is our pressure plate for activating. You can run this pressure plate someplace else. I'm just trying to keep the farm nice and small, so if I step down, it'll take about 30 game ticks to get started, and then we should see, yeah, all the cactus pops off just like that. If you want this to be most efficient, you want to encase this all the way up and encase it all the way up on that side. These cactus on top will pop off after a couple of growth cycles, so you'll see it in a second. There, they popped off. Now if I get off and I run away, see all the cactus comes right out here. And let's go toss the cactus out of my inventory. In that short amount of time, no cactus, we got, was that a stack in 17? It can't be. Well, that's it for this video. On the screen right now, you'll see a link to Nex's design where he has several different farms that he's made. So please check out him if you want to see more. He is the person who discovered the falling sand mechanic that is used here. It's been approved by several other people, so I'm going to refer you over to his video to get all of the credits you need. I will put the same credits in my description. This is just an iteration on work that other people have done, like most things in Minecraft. So thank you for watching. It wouldn't be possible without the work done by these other people. So have a good one.